The joy of music. Along with many friends the same age as me, I have begun to feel that our young people are living in a world uneasy with itself and uneasy with the way in which the human race has badly handled the great crises of our time: climate change and conflict at an international and national level. People are pitted against each other, and it must seem a very gloomy and hopeless place for our youngsters. Most of us share in their anxiety and can only continue to encourage those in positions of influence to make good and just decisions as we move forward and treat with kindness those who are affected. However, there is still joy in this world, and with joy comes hope. And where do I find hope? And a space to be joyful, a place where barriers are broken down, a place which is life-enhancing. It is in music and the shared experience of making music with others, for others, and listening to music by others. I don't care whether they march in Extinction Rebellion protests, vote for or against Brexit, whether they can sing or play in tune, although both of these do help. But in making music, one has to be patient. Find the way to listen and learn from others. But the reward is joyous, and I continue to hope that I will get better with practice. The Unitarian movement is not only made up of congregations who meet in chapels, but also several societies and interest groups. The National Unitarian Fellowship offers a home for those who can't get to worship with other Unitarians, whether through infirmity or living far from a Unitarian chapel. It's also a home for those who are exploring what being a Unitarian might mean for them before feeling ready to step inside a Unitarian place of worship. Or even for those who choose to make a permanent spiritual home through communion at a distance. Another healthy Unitarian organisation is the Unitarian Music Society, who meet each August for their annual conference, as well as publishing twice a year Cantamus, which means "Let us sing." It welcomes new members and non-members to the conference, and I never fail to be impressed by the wealth of musical talent and the overflowing joy that exists between everyone who is fortunate enough to attend. In August, we met at Great Hucklow in Derbyshire for a long weekend learning about and performing music of the Elizabethan period, as well as working on Benjamin Britten's Gloriana. Madrigals were sung, handbells were rung, masks were made, dances were danced, recorders played, strings were bowed, woodwind and brass blown, lute was plucked, and guitar was strummed. Every space at the centre was filled with musicians practising. There was joy in abundance. For just a short time, the world outside was forgotten. We were fortunate to have a brief preview of next year's main work, and were delighted to learn it is to be a piece entitled Oliver's Journey Home, music by David Dawson and libretto by Nick Maurice, two of the key volunteers who, along with others, make our annual meeting such a success. The piece is set in Yorkshire, around the area in which I grew up. Music is a joy because it doesn't have to be a once-a-year activity. Music can so easily be incorporated into our daily lives, whether making music, listening to it, or even just whistling while we work. If you can find a choir or a music group to join, I can assure you not only will it bring you joy, but also help to give balance to your life in difficult times. If you want to learn more about the Unitarian Music Society, go to www.ukunitarians.org.uk/music.